If it was news and you know it, you'll win some heavy cash on Headline Chasers. And now here's our headliner, Wink Martindale.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that nice welcome, and welcome to our show called Headline Chasers, as we play the events, the voices, the places, and the faces that made our front page headlines. And if the players you're about to meet recognize these stories, they can win a lot of money. Let's say hello to the couple. Johnny Gilbert, who do we have?
Well, Wink, our first couple is from Huntington Beach, California. This is Ann and Dennis Avert. And from Los Angeles, California, this is Mary Goodson and Bob Rowe.
Welcome, everybody. We'll talk to you a little later and find out a bit about all four of you. Right now, let's get to the task of winning some money, shall we? We play for dollars here, and this is the way we play the game. Headline Chasers features these sections. We have cover stories, we have voices of headliners, and headline stories from the past and present. All of our headlines in newspapers have been specifically made up for this show. The material is based on actual people and events. Let's start with the headlines. They'll be worth $500 each. When the clues are given, the money's dropped. So play as quickly as you can, come up with the answers, the headlines, as quickly as possible. This first headline we're going to show you is from the Arts and Leisure section. The Arts and Leisure section of the Boston Tribune, January 10th, 1980. No buzz for $500. First clue for $400. Successor, Mary and Bob. What do you think that says?
John Williams gets popped podium.
Is it John Williams gets popped podium? If so, it's worth $400. Yes, that's right. Very, very good, Mary. Did Bob help you with that, or did you get that all by your lonesome?
I guess by my lonesome.
All right, you solved the headline, but you know the whole story. All four of you, I got two questions now worth $100 each concerned with that headline. Listen carefully. This maestro conducted the Boston Pops Orchestra for half a century. Mary and Bob.
Arthur Fiedler.
Right for another $100. Second question. In 1977, John Williams won an Oscar for Best Original Scoring of a Motion Picture. Mary and Bob.
Star Wars.
That's right, Star Wars. So Mary and Bob with $600. Ann and Dennis yet to score over here. Here's the next headline. Take a look at this altered headline from the sports section of the Sporting Times, July 21st, 1985. Here comes your first clue, which is former tab. We add letters. Clue number 2 is outruns opponent. Mary and Bob, what does it say?
Decker wins.
Time's up. Ann and Dennis, you want to take a shot at it the way it reads, or would you like another clue? You have to give me your answer. Another clue, all right. We've added the letters. And now we show you the next clue for $200. South African Brit. Ann and Dennis, what does it say for $200?
Decker wins Bud rematch.
Is it Decker wins Bud rematch? Take a look and see for yourself. Yes, it is. And Ann and Dennis Averitt have $200 to Mary and Bob $600. Two questions on that headline. What's Mary Decker's married name? Mary and Bob?
Slaney.
Slaney is correct. S-L-A-N-E-Y. Another question for $100. Not participating in this rematch of the 1984 Olympic race was the gold medal winner in that event, Maricia Puca. What communist? Mary and Bob.
Romania.
Right. She is from the country Romania is the country. Okay, 800 to 200 to score. Everybody very much in it. Let's take a look at this altered headline from the European pages of The Guardian. September 6, 1620. Clue. First Americans. Letters. Next clue. English refugees for $300. Letters. Mary and Bob for $300. Tell me what it says.
Mayflower set sail.
If you're right, you have $300 to add to you. A total taking you to $1,100. Mayflower set sail. Yes, indeed. That was a shorty, but it took a while to get it. For $100, name the English town from which the Pilgrims set... Okay, Mary and Bob?
Plymouth.
Right, and that's what they named the place they landed, Plymouth. For $100 on that headline, the Pilgrims didn't call their destination America, but something different. What did they call it? They called it the New World. Sorry, Mary and Bob, a little late. The New World. Let's check scores. At the end of our first section of the show, we have Mary and Bob with $1,200, Ann and Dennis with $200. In our next edition, our couples will test their skill at recognizing the voices and faces of famous newsmakers from the past and present. We'll take a commercial break and then continue. Be right back.
It's a living.
Welcome back to Headline Chasers. Let's say hello to our players for just a moment. I have to be careful with this interview because this gentleman writes an interview column for a newspaper. Yeah. What kind of column is it?
It's a Q&A interview. Everybody from politicians to crooks.
So, it's
Sometimes
a crook.
the same thing.
Who's the most interesting crook you've ever known? I'm not going to ask you that. You met on, what, your 22nd birthday?
Right, ages ago. We met at USC. I was working there. Bob was a graduate student. And it was my birthday. Nobody had remembered my birthday, so he went out and got a cupcake and put 22 candles in it.
Isn't that sweet? I think that's very nice. And you're a caterer, too, huh?
Uh-huh, yeah.
A good one, I'll bet.
Oh, I've done the Olympics. I've done... the
She must be a good one, right? Hey, welcome to our show and good luck to you. As we
Thank
continue, you have $1,200 in case you've forgotten. That's thus far. Ann and Dennis Averett, you must be the typical couple that moves every time the rent comes due, folks. They have moved 17 times in 10 years of marriage. Now, you figure that up. Something's got... Why do you move so often?
Well, I was a graduate of the Naval Academy, so I spent 5 years in the service after
moved
that.
around a lot.
So I moved wherever the government told me to move.
Were you married at the academy?
Yes.
Yeah. And you have children?
Yes, we have a little girl who's 8 and twin boys who are 5.
Set of twins. Well, that's terrific. And welcome to the show. Good
Thank
luck
you.
to you both. Nice
Thank
to
you.
have you here. You have $200 thus far. However, in this game, as you've seen in the past, anybody can catch up in a hurry, so never fear. Players, this section is concerned with faces and voices of famous newsmakers, past and present. Let's go to our very first magazine cover. The value of the cover will decrease with each clue, and each couple gets one guess, okay? Here's your first cover. This is from an actual cover of American Film magazine. Take a look at it. First clue is British actor. Next clue for $300, British rocker. Mary and Bob.
David Bowie.
If it's David Bowie, you have $300 to add to your total, and it is David Bowie. On the cover of American Film magazine, British actor, British rocker, and that got it for him. Okay, now, from the sound of the headliner's voice that you're about to hear, I want you to identify the newsmaker. Once again, the monies will decrease, so buzz in as quickly as possible. One guess per couple. I want you to think critic, as you hear this voice.
It has no tempo. It has no...
Mary and Bob, who is it?
Rex Reed.
If it's Rex Reed, it's worth $500. Rex Reed is exactly right. And their money just keeps mounting up over here, up to $2,000 to $200. Got a cover story now, again, worth $500 to start, from an actual cover of TV Guide, players. And Mary and Bob have buzzed in. Who is it for $500?
Okay.
Time's up. Ann and Dennis, we're locked in at $500. You get to see all the clues and then tell me who you think it is. Clue number 1 is singer. Second clue, six-pack star. Third clue, teamed with Dolly. And final clue, lady. When I said teamed with Dolly, you started shaking your head. Who is it for $500?
Kenny Rogers.
Right. Kenny Rogers. Take a look. Who's the lady on the left, by the way, just for fun? Linda Evans, right. I'm not going to give you any money for that one, though. Okay, got another, another headliner's voice, players. I want you to think questions. Think questions and listen. We are about to see the dismantling of a major... Ann and Dennis, for $500, who is it?
Mike Wallace.
If it is, you've closed the gap considerably. Is it Mike Wallace? Yes, it is, from 60 Minutes. Quite an interviewer, Mr. Mike Wallace. Let's recap the scores. Boy, it changed in a hurry, as I said it could at the top of this section. $1,200 for Ann and Dennis Averett, and Mary Goodson and Bob Rowe with $2,000. Coming up, our final edition, as our couples go headline chasing for big cash. First, this commercial break. We'll be right back.
My credit?
And now back to Wink Martindale.
Well, at one time it was about, $2,000 to $200. Now it's $1,200 to $2,000 as we continue. In our last section, we have headlines, players, and couples. You'll see a series of headline events that we've created and printed in our own made-up newspapers. However, in our headlines, once again, we've deleted certain letters. We call these altered headlines. And from a maximum of 4 clues I'll give you, you're to give me the verbatim headline, word-for-word headline. But remember, only one chance per couple at each headline. The countdown will begin with the very first reveal on the giant screen. This time, players, the headline values start at $1,000. I wish you the best of luck. Anybody can still win. Take a look at this headline from the aviation pages of the Miami Globe, April 12th, 1981. I hear no buzz for 1,000, so the first clue is post-Apollo. We add letters. Ann and Dennis, for $800, what does it say?
First space shuttle blasts off.
If you're right, you have $800, and the game would be tied. First space shuttle blasts off. You're right. We have a tie game. Okay, you solved the headline, but do you know the whole story? I'm going to ask questions now based on that headline story and the follow-up. Each correct answer worth a $200 bonus. Here we go. What was the name of the first U.S. space shuttle? Ann and Dennis.
Columbia.
Right, for $200. Columbia, you're in the lead by 200. Second question for 200. During test flights, the space shuttle was launched piggyback style off what kind? Ann and Dennis again.
747.
That's correct for another $200. A 747. 2,400 to 2,000. Players, look at the screen again. This is an altered headline from the media pages of the Chicago Herald, December 1st, 1972. First clue is picture periodical. Letters. And we have a buzz for Mary and Bob at $800. What does it say?
Life,
Time's up. Ann and Dennis, do you want to take a shot at it, or would you like another clue?
I'll take a shot.
You want to go for $800. What does it say?
Life Halt Publications.
If you're right, worth $800, then you jump further into the lead with $3,200. Life Halt Publication. You got it. You got the life part, but couldn't finish up on that halt and publication. Two questions worth $200 each on that headline. What is the last name of Life's original publisher? Mary and Bob.
Loose.
Yes, Henry R. Luce. $200 for that. You're up to $2,200. For $200, for many years, Life magazine's main competition was another picture magazine with it. All right, Ann and Dennis?
Look.
You got it. You picked up $200. Look magazine with a four-letter title. That also ceased publication a few years ago. $3,400 to $2,200. Now, another altered headline. This from the political section, the New Orleans Herald, October 23rd, 1836. Clue number one, Mexican war general. We add letters. Ann and Dennis think they know what it is for $800.
Johnson sworn in as Mexican.
No, I'm sorry. Mary and Bob, you want more clues? You want to go for it for $800?
We'd like more clues.
All right, let's take a look. First, we put the letters in. Letters have already been put in. I beg your pardon. New Republic head. More letters. Here's the next clue. Former governor for $200. More letters. And one more clue. Takes new office for $100. Okay, Mary and Bob, for $100, what does it say?
Houston sworn in as Texas president.
Is it Houston sworn in as Texas president? Yes, indeedy. There it is. I think what you meant Johnson is what you mentioned over here. And Johnson, wrong letters, wrong words. Okay, two questions worth $200 each. Listen carefully. As a child, Houston was adopted by which group of people? The Amish, Mexican rebels, or Cherokee Indians? Mary and Bob.
Cherokee Indian.
You are right. You have $200 added to your total. You're up to $2,500 for Mary and Bob, $3,400 for Ann and Dennis. Name the Mexican general Houston defeated at the Battle of San Jacinto. Ann and Dennis.
Santa Ana.
That's right. $200 for that correct answer. Ann and Dennis with $3,600. Mary and Bob with $2,500. Remember, the winner today is the couple with the greatest dollar total, and they'll play the $5,000 headline extra. Players, here is your fourth and final headline. From the front page of the New York Globe, March 9th, 1981. Correspondent is your clue. Added letters. Next clue is elevated. Mary and Bob think they know for $600. Tell me.
Rather succeeds Cronkite.
Is it rather succeeds Cronkite for $600? Yes, it is. A little dramatic pause there, you understand. Rather succeeds Cronkite. So Mary and Bob with $3,100, Ann and Dennis with $3,600, a very close game. I am going to give you one follow-up question to that headline. It is worth any part or all of your winnings thus far. Remember, the winner of our game today will play our bonus for $5,000. If you're wrong, your wager is deducted. The higher wager gets the question. The headline, once again, rather succeeds Cronkite. Place your wager right now. The chance for Mary and Bob to go ahead, depending on how much they wager, and depending on who the question goes to and what happens. Ann and Dennis with $3,600. Let's take a look at the wager over here. Mary and Bob, what do you wager?
I'm going to throw $2,500 into it.
$2,500 has been wagered of their $3,100. Ann and Dennis, how much do you wager?
We'll wager $3,100.
Ann and Dennis Avery going for it with $3,100 wager. So the action goes to Ann and Dennis over here. The question goes to you. And here it comes. Listen very carefully, and audience, very quiet, please. One of the top news anchormen is not an American. Name him.
Ted Koppel.
No, that's incorrect. That will cost you $3,100. Mary and Bob, do you want to play or pass?
I'd like to play.
All right. What is your answer?
Peter Jennings.
Yes, you're right, and you're our champion. Congratulations. Congratulations to you. Peter Jennings. By the way, he's from Canada, in case you're wondering. He's from Canada. So congratulations to you. This money, combined with what you had already won, gives you a grand total as our champions of $5,600. And to Ann and Dennis Favorite, you went for it with $3,100 wager. It didn't turn out right for you. I'm not Ted Koppel. I don't know. Is he American? I guess he's not. He's not one of the news anchormen on one of the regular news broadcasts. But anyway, thank you for being with us. And congratulations. You still have $500 to take home with you. And thank you for playing Headline Chasers. Well, as our champions for today, we're going to give the opportunity now, play for a Headline Extra, an additional $5,000. We'll return in a moment to see if they can win it and really add to their total. We'll be right back.
And once again, here's Wink.
Got a couple seated over here who's done extremely well. One of our best game players on Headline Chasers since we started our show. $5,600 so far. Here's how we play our Headline Extra. Good luck to you. We're about to show you 5 sections from what we call our Headline Chasers Gazette that made the front page. Pick the section you know best. Mary and Bob, study these. We have sports, world affairs, civil rights, national events, or the White House from which to pick. Which one of those you think you know the most about?
The White House.
Going to go for the White House, all righty? Now, if you can solve the altered headline you're about to see on the subject of the White House using no clues, I'll pay you $5,000. That would give you a total of $10,600. However, you must give me the exact headline. You have 5 seconds. Look, and good luck. Mary and Bob, time's up. Do you have an answer?
I'd like one clue, please.
One clue, all right? This is your second and final chance. The clue will cost you $1,000, reduced from that $5,000 prize. So you're playing for $4,000. Take a look. You have 7 seconds. What is this headline? All right, what is your answer?
Johnson.
Pleads war on poverty.
Johnson pleads war on poverty for $4,000. Is that correct? Oh, Johnson plans war on poverty. So near and yet so far. So you didn't pick up the $4,000, but you have, well, I think that's a pretty good day's work there. Nice sum of money. I hope you agree. $5,600. Congratulations for being our champions, and maybe we'll see you again one of these days soon and play again. Delightful couple. Thank you. Join us again next time for another edition of Headline Chasers when we meet 2 more couples and find out who knows more about the events, the places, and the faces that made front page headlines. I'm Wink Martindale. Goodbye, everybody.
Some of our departing contestants will receive 6 quarts of quality True Test Exo Rust products to beautify and protect metal from True Value hardware stores and home centers. Soothing new unpetroleum jelly has only pure, gentle ingredients to protect and promote healing of dry skin and diaper rash. It's the Family Skin Soother. The refinishing team, Zip Strip Paint, Varnish, and Stain Remover, and Zip Guard Clear Urethane Wood Finish for that professional look. Whether you like your lashes soft and natural or for them to say, wow, Dial a Lash, waterproof mascara by Maybelline, for lashes as individual as you are. The Hoover Dimension Cleaner has electronic control, hidden tools, and 4.3 horsepower. The next dimension cleaning system from Hoover, of course. Introducing new Lemon Windex.
Marks are gonna clear up. There's a new lemon Windex shine.
New Lemon Fresh Windex.
John thinks he's a monster truck. His girlfriend says he's a subcompact. His ex thinks he's a wreck. Susan says she's a blonde. Her best friend believes her. Her boyfriend knows better. Bill claims he's full of life. His girlfriend thinks he's full of passion. His ex says he's full of something else. All new Three's a Crowd. Find out who knows you best. Weeknights at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific.
Johnny Gilbert speaking. Headline Chasers is a production of Merv Griffin Enterprises in association with Wink Martindale Incorporated and